Please note, views and opinions expressed in the course of this program do not represent that of OTV. Therefore, this channel is not liable to any legal action that may result from this program.
Ẹ kú dédé àsìkò yìí, ẹ ti káàbọ̀ sórí ètò ọmọ Oòduà tó ń dé sójú ìwòran yín o láti iléeṣẹ́ ìkànnì Wo TV. Òdu ni wá àwa kì í ṣàìmọ̀ fólókó. A tún ti dé o sórí ètò bá a ti ṣe máa ń dé. Tó ètò ọ̀hún ló wá balẹ̀ báyìí bí ọ̀wàrà òjò sójúde yín o. Àwa òmìnira bá wá pèrè fìdí abẹ́ bá fi ti àpèrè mọ́lẹ̀. Kájọ kan lágbá mi ètò tòní nítorí pé ń dá amú afúra wa lórí ètò lónìí ó gbọgbọ́n. Kódà ó gbẹ̀ngbẹ́ ẹ jẹ́ ń pè ní ó gbẹ̀ngbẹ́ nítorí pé kàyéfì ọ̀rọ̀ kàbìtì la máa ń pè ní kàyéfì ọ̀rọ̀. Tó ẹ bá wá pèrè fìdí abẹ́ bá fi ti àpèrè mọ́lẹ̀ ká kọ́ lágbá mi ètò tọ̀hún ká máa bá kinní ọ̀hún bọ̀ bá a ti ṣe máa ń ṣe tá a máa ń kìbọnú ara wọn lẹ́lẹ́yọ̀ ẹ̀yọ̀ bó bá ti wá yá yín bó bá ti yégun ni o ṣe mọ̀ pé o ti yọrẹ́ àwa tá a wà ń bí náà àbá tèrè wá bí torí pé bàbá débi iṣẹ́ ṣíṣe náà là á ṣe ó ti wá yá ẹja jọ karabodò torí pé àní karabodò tán ká tún ṣe máa wá parọ́ pòtútù mú wá o ó ti yá bó bá ti yá yín ẹja jọ lọ.
Mohbad's Autopsy. I see people here in the UK not supporting me on PayPal, not supporting me on Stars. Okay? I didn't care enough of the Kojic, guys. I'm going to delete every comment. All right? I've told you guys. All right? Let's focus now. Anything I tell you on this video is not conspiracy theories, is not anything crazy. I'm a journalist of 30 years. Okay? Jane, thank you so much for sending stars. Most of the people in UK don't bother. I'm a journalist of 29.8 years. That's 30 years. I have solved 13 murders in one country, Canada. I know about murders and I know about conspiracy theories and how to get away with murder. That's why they have the term get away with murder. So let's start. Are we ready? Everybody write ready. Once you write ready, I'll go. Remember, bloggers, anything you take, credit is Kemi Talks. It must be in a video on your page. It cannot be in a reel. It cannot be on YouTube. YouTube is like, don't lose your channel. I'm not responsible. All these different Nigerians are emailing me to beg YouTube. That's not how it works. So in the modern world, we can't be begging YouTube for you. YouTube is the one that owns Google. Once they take your channel down, that's it. I've warned you. I'm not responsible for that. And also TikTok. Don't let me see my videos on TikTok hanging around. You must credit Kemi Talks everywhere. But if you're taking my video anywhere and you're monetizing it, it's got to go down. Are you ready? Everybody's ready. Okay. Nigeria, 1,000 Naira, First Bank. America is the best. Zelle. I'm getting 50, 100. Haiti. I covered a baseball match in Haiti, in South America, and any French country whatsoever. Mali, Burkina Faso, all that. And that's why I speak French till today. And Canada. When those Canadian, what's it called? When I went to Canada in 2007, those Canadian guys, those customs, border services agency, I mean, speaking French behind me while they held us. I heard everything they were saying and I told them, I translated it back to them in French. I don't like when people's talking behind me because I don't hear a language. So that's why I don't really know how to read or write Yoruba, and I'm not learning it. I tried with BBC Yoruba. Remember when BBC Yoruba called me for that interview? And I did that interview. Auntie Kemi Yoruba. Interview. They picked me up, went to Ikoyi, did the interview. Aside from that interview, I can't even read or write it. I tried to follow their page. It's too confusing. There's just many things at my age, 59 or 60, that I'm not going to learn. I'm never going to learn soccer. I'm tired. I don't understand what you guys are doing over there. This is the way the brain works. I'm never going to learn how to read or write Yoruba, and I'm never going to do, let's see, and I'm never going to learn sports shop. So guys, ẹ̀yin tẹ́ bá sọ Yoruba, ẹ̀yin tẹ́ wà lórí streets, ẹ̀yin Malians, ẹ̀yin Imole fans, ẹ̀yin Mohbad fans, wọ́n pa Mohbad ni o. Má láyé yín dáadáa. Autopsy ni nǹkan tí òyìnbó máa ń pè ní results of death, nǹkan tó pa èèyàn. Gbogbo èèyàn ní ayé yìí náà deserve autopsy tán bá kú. Tí n bá kú sìn lójijì, Ọlọ́run má jẹ́ rí kú sìn, ìṣẹ̀fẹ̀ gbádùn ayé mi. But tí bá kú líkú òjijì sìn, tán gbé mi lọ sí hospital. Kán tó sin mí, doctor á béèrè pé ṣé ẹ fẹ́ autopsy. Ní Lagos State, Nigeria, kò ń ṣọ̀ràn ṣe ẹ fẹ́ autopsy. law in Lagos, you cannot carry a body out of Lagos without an autopsy. So kò yé mi mo ṣe sáré sin Mohbad, kò yé mi mo ṣe sáré sin Obama, DMW, Taju, gbogbo àwọn staff Davido tó ń sin gbogbo on the same day, next day. Okay, so Muslim làwọn kan, which requires them to be buried the same day. But in Lagos State, ò lè gbé body jáde in Lagos State. Tó bá ń lọ sí East, tó bá ń lọ sí Amechi, ìkànnì àwọn boys Davido tó kú pẹ̀lú DJ Olú. Wọ́n gbé body fún ìyá àti tó ṣe autopsy, yàrá oníkẹ́ ṣàgbọ́mọ fún. Ajimobi autopsy kó tó kúrò, Sanwó-Olú ló sneak Ajimobi wọ Ìbàdàn nígbà tí COVID gbogbo ti kíní. So Sherry, Bidemi Okajare, you heard what I said. Don't write in Yoruba, I can't read it. Read, please, type in English, okay? Claudia, don't complain. This show is both English and Yoruba. I'm doing it side by side. Please, guys, I'm having a headache now. It's a lot of work for me. Just share, concentrate on sharing this stuff. Now, autopsy no fi man determine nǹkan tó ṣẹlẹ̀. Tó bá ṣe autopsy fún mi, tí bá lọ kú ní kò jìjì. Tó máa la ara mi, wọ́n máa la gbogbo ara, wọ́n máa dissect ara, wọ́n dẹ̀ máa wo gbogbo organ. Tó bá ní our heart stopped. Heart mi stop. Kí ló fà tí heart mi ṣe stop? Ṣé mo ní high blood pressure ni? Ṣé mo ní cholesterol ni? Gbogbo ẹ̀ náà máa ṣe lórí autopsy. Basically, what I just said in Yoruba was that an autopsy is a way to know the cause of death of any individual by a man called a pathologist. Now, that pathologist is a medical doctor. And he's a pathologist because he can actually dissect the body and check what happened in the body. If somebody's heart stops, it's not just the fact that the heart stopped. What made it stop? There are other factors around the body that could make it stop. Did the kidneys shut down first? Did the heart shut down first? Was it the lungs? Was it a drug? Was it an illicit drug? So they have to take out the brain, take out all parts of the body to determine what killed the person. That's what an autopsy is. Now, because of the age of social media, autopsies have become a ridicule. Because when something happens, everybody wants to know what killed the person, and they feel that it's public information. No, it's not. If a family says they don't want to give you an autopsy result, that's the family's issue. Okay, that's the prerogative. They don't have to tell you. In other words, tí family ò bá fẹ́ kẹ́ autopsy ọmọ àwọn tó kú, àwọn ló ní decision yẹn. Okay, regardless ẹ pé ọmọ wọn jẹ́ public figure, ó jẹ́ musician, ó jẹ́ nǹkan tó bá fẹ́ kẹ́ nǹkan tó pa ọmọ àwọn náà máa determine it. Now, because of the way tó ṣe ridicule Mr. Aloba, okay, man yẹn ti sọ fún Lagos State government, kọ́ má gbé body ọmọ òun fẹ́ni kankan except òun. Wọ́n ti release body ọmọ yẹn. Ẹ̀yin tẹ́ wò mí lórí YouTube, tẹ́ jókòó sí bíbá nígbà tí mi ò sí bíbá. Nǹkan tí mo ṣe ní kẹ́ máa subscribe sí YouTube nìyẹn. YouTube Kemi Talk. So ẹ mọ nǹkan tó ń ṣẹlẹ̀. Àwọn YouTube fans mi, most of them wà America. Àwọn kan wà ní Nigeria, àwọn náà mọ nǹkan tó ń ṣẹlẹ̀. So nǹkan tó ń ṣẹlẹ̀ ni pé ẹ má sọ pé family sọnù. Just listen, because nǹkan tí ma sọ fún yín ó máa shocking. Leave the family alone. Listen, I'm Kemi Olunloyo. Have I ever disappointed you? Many of the things that I've reported to you is hard to believe, and that's what makes me Kemi Olunloyo. Okay, that's what makes me Kemi Olunloyo. When I told you Abakari died of COVID, no one told you. When I told you Hush Puppy was taken to America, no one told you. There's something different about me. When I told you that little boy, Davido's son, was killed and he didn't drown, no one told you. Journalism is a rough draft of history. The past has to shape the future. Ẹ jẹ́ kí n sọ̀rọ̀ kékeré kan fún yín kí n tó sọ cause of death fún yín. Bọ́bọ́ kan wà tán pé ní Oriyomi Hamzat. Oriyomi Hamzat is a broadcaster. In 2018, after I came out of prison in January, they arrested Oriyomi Hamzat. There was a dead body of a 17-year-old boy in his car trunk. On drive. Òkú ọmọ kan dẹ̀ wà nínú car boot car 17 years. Wọ́n lọ́mọ yẹn ń gbé ní ọ̀dọ̀ Oriyomi ní orphanage Oriyomi. Orphanage Oriyomi Hamzat. Oriyomi Hamzat had a house with people working there, staff, taking care of homeless boys, homeless children. And at the end of the day, a fight happened inside the house between the teenager and maybe one of the staff members. Next thing you know, the boy's head hit the wall, bam, he died. Wherever Oriyomi Hamzat was taking that boy to, no one knew. It could be the hospital. But what came out in the social media was Oriyomi was taking that boy to a ritualist so they can harvest his organs and then bury his body. And social media got very, very viral with that nonsense. Meanwhile, a broadcaster who does a lot of exposés which borders around investigative journalism, he's not an investigative journalist, okay? Oriyomi was arrested. He's exposed a lot of bad things in Nigeria. When he was arrested, they threw him into Agodi prison. I just came out of Port Harcourt prison. His family members, okay, some of them didn't even show up. His broadcast colleagues, Nigerian journalists, broadcasters, no one went to see him. I was the only journalist that went in there to see Oriyomi. I woke up on that Saturday morning, I made yam and stew and eggs. I took some money, 50 naira, 100 naira change for prison so he can buy things. And I did a care package of little provisions, maybe one powdered milk, sugar, everything. And I took it to him in Agodi prison. This is why I love Google. Everybody, Rafiat, we're not talking about liking comment. I'm going to suspend you from the thing. Don't spam my thing. Focus. I don't want somebody should like my comment nonsense. All right? I want everybody to be focused. Nobody must distract me. Emma Taiwo is learning about Oriyomi's story. Please continue listening. Mr. Hamzat, okay? Paulson, Edson, I think I have to remove you. I'm going to suspend you. I'm not going to say who I'm suspending. If I suspend somebody, then they're not focused. Fine, let me start looking at this now. The past shapes the future. When Oriyomi Hamzat was inside that Agodi prison, I went there to see him. As soon as they saw that I'm a high-profile person, Kemi Olunloyo with the BOMI case, they've just released me, case is closed. They called their ogas and they told them to give me a private visit. So I went into one of the private offices. They brought the inmate. Oriyomi Hamzat was told that he has a visitor. Nobody visited him there. And they said, who's Kemi Olunloyo? I've never met him. I just know his programs, his shows. And he was stunned. He met with me. I ate some of the yam, he ate. You have to eat what you brought to prison so you don't poison someone. And he took the rest and he ate it. He was really happy I came. And when I went inside that prison, okay, and I came out, my cousin called me. My first cousin's mother, my first cousin is Shehu Abimbola. Shehu Abimbola was the former Attorney General of Oyo State. Our mothers are sisters. Shehu called me and warned me that he read it in a blog that I went to visit Oriyomi Hamzat. Cousin Kemi, Ejema Dasi case here, won't prosecute case here. He actually warned me not to get involved in that case. And that he's the one prosecuting that case. Now, as a journalist, he can't tell me what to do. But I listen to him because of conflict of interest. I have a lot of conflict of interest in cases. Like the person that gave Baba Jesha 16 years is my son's auntie, Justice Toyin Taiwo. My son's name is Kayode Joshua Taiwo. That's his brother's sister-in-law. So there are many things that are conflicts of interest. So I respected my cousin. Ajimobi is also my dad's cousin, which makes him my second cousin. The governor wanted him nailed for that. But I saw a loophole. In the end, what happened? The case was dismissed. Oriyomi did not kill anybody. Then he went to work for Seyi Makinde's campaign. I heard that he was the admin for Seyi Makinde's social pages during his campaign. I don't know how true that is. Facebook, Instagram, and all that. But whoever was doing that page did a good job. He opened his radio station, Agidigbo FM, a Yoruba radio station. On Friday, Oriyomi Hamzat and Mr. Aloba, Mohbad's father, met. They did an interview, they spoke. Starting on December 6th, the next day of the hearing, Hamzat is going to be there at the inquest. Journalists are banned. They're outside. If Oriyomi has to be outside, he'll be outside. I have somebody inside. I can't pay my own intern anymore, so I told her to go. The public is in there with phones and everything, but the media is outside. Imagine Femi Falana. The reason I told you Oriyomi Hamzat's story is, first of all, look at the name, Oriyomi. Do you know what Oriyomi means? Oriyomi means, now God only saved my head. So the name his mother gave him actually came to fruition. Why did I bring Oriyomi Hamzat up in this segment of the conversation? Because Oriyomi Hamzat is very familiar with murders, justice, and setups. What did I say? Oriyomi Hamzat is familiar with murders, justice, and setups. We don't need Iyabo Ojo, we don't need Tonto. If Hamzat is going to volunteer his time and his radio station to bring this case for this man to get justice, so be it. Victor Mon, you say people should send me stars. Where's your own stars? Send me money. Victor, send 1,000 naira. Now let me continue in English. Mr. Hamzat is now in the case, and I'm very happy. I gave the story of his own personal stuff because he knows very well about setups, murders, and justice. He spent a whole bulk of his time with the Adegoke case. When Adedoyin's family and his company people came to me to interview him on this murder, I refused. I declined. I don't need their money. I don't need their anything. And the reason I did that is because journalists must not insert themselves into stories. That's why I told you guys, don't insert me in the Oromoni case. I'm investigating him. Don't call me mother, and she's the mother, and you're a mother. Kilo call me mother. When I go out of my house, I go out as a journalist, not as a mother. I did that. Thank you for everything. Thank you for sending me. It's okay. So don't insert a journalist in the story. What Mr. Hamzat is going to do is going to be very scary because he knows. If he does spend all his time on that Adedoyin case, that one would have also been no justice. And let's face it, I said they shouldn't move that case from Abuja to Osun State. It's a speculation, it's an analysis. Because there are very many powerful people in Osun State. But with all what Oriyomi Hamzat did for the Adegoke case, they won it. And when I say they won it, Chief Adedoyin was sentenced to death for the killing of Timothy Adegoke inside his hotel room. Anyone trying to buy stars from Nigeria on the Apple account, don't bother. It's not working. Tinubu told them to lift all our cards. Every card, the only cards that are working is Wema and Providus. Don't worry, just send 1,000 naira to First Bank. That's good enough for me. One time, donation. Falana was hired by the Oromoni. He screwed that one up. He also was hired by the family of Mohbad. And he told the courts that he didn't want journalists in the inquest. So that's why journalists are standing outside. I blasted him. That was an old video I did. Okay, if you're in America, then you need to contact your bank. So guys, what I'm saying here is that Mr. Hamzat is going to do a very good analysis and follow up this case. They don't need Nollywood failed actresses like Yabo and Tonto representing them anywhere. Abby, thank you for telling her. If you're in America, Zell me. Zell something, please. Zell. Kemi Talks Media, yahoo.com, Bank of America. Adenike mu de ma bue, and we're going to send $50. 30, 50, 40, 100. And you got to send 200. We should complain about Apple Music. Zell me lower him. Mokhtar, account details are pinned. Did I pin that? Oh, the Facebook thing took it. Let me pin it again. So guys, I'm looking forward to Oriyomi Hamzat's analysis and investigation and using his broadcast platform. Broadcast platform. Oh God, I can't. This thing is not pinning. No. Sorry, guys. Using his broadcast platform to, hold on guys. This thing won't pin. Okay, using his broadcast platform to see what's going on. The added doing is their dad was sentenced to death. Timothy was in a hotel. While he was sleeping, they came in there, took some body fluid, parrots, and then went to bury him after killing him. And they all denied it. And the judge said, no, you killed him. Okay, let's go on with the show. There's only one problem with Oriyomi Hamzat, guys. So wake up now and listen to what I'm about to say. Oriyomi Hamzat is a Yoruba broadcaster. His shows are in Yoruba, so you can't go to his page and say speak in English. You're wasting your time. I'm going to follow what he's doing, and every now and then I'll come and do a live video to interpret it to you. Let's go back to Mohbad. Open your eyes. Mohbad was killed. Please, have you ever heard of euthanasia? If you know what euthanasia is, that's when someone is dying of cancer or anything that's going to kill them very soon. They're in pain medications. The pain medications are not working anymore. The doctor has given them 4 days, 3 days, 24 hours to live. The doctor's done everything. They're going to die anyway. So rather than them just die anyway, you just go ahead and kill them. That's called euthanasia. Euthanasia can be done before the patient dies. The patient will sign off their own life and say, just give me that injection and let me die peacefully. Mercy killing, that's another name for it. But in the case of Mohbad, there was no euthanasia, there was no mercy killing, and nobody was told to kill nobody. There were 4 people on Mohbad's bedside when he died. One of them is still on the streets. Wunmi Aloba. I don't want to call her Wunmi Aloba because they were not legally married. They had engagement and that's about it. I don't have any marriage license. Wunmi, Mohbad's so-called common law wife, was there. Adishagiri Ayobami Spending was there. He went to the pharmacy back and forth. Prime Boy was there. And so was Feisha Yogedengbe, the nurse. Listen now, carefully. After they had done back and forth with Mohbad's body, injection. This drug is not working, go to the drugstore, Ayobami, come back. That drug is Batonti Fiare Shebobo Experiment Ayeton. That's for the Yoruba people. Wọ́n ti gún Mohbad lórí ṣíṣe abẹ́rẹ́ èmi dẹ̀ ní pharmacist ni mí. Ẹ ti fún ní procaine. Bó ti wà lórí tramadol, procaine ò like tramadol. Concert tó lọ, the General Bitters, Cubana Chief Priest ló nìyẹn. Antibiotic tẹ fún ceftriaxone ò like herbals. At least 7 things ló pa Mohbad. Oríṣiríṣi oògùn. Drug interaction. Ọwọ́ ẹ̀ ti wú infection. Ẹ wá gún ní ceftriaxone. Ìwọ sọ pé wọ́n ń ṣe indomie ní kitchen. Ìwọ sọ pé ó sì ń bẹ̀. Ó ní Mohbad nígbà tó gún lábẹ́rẹ́ Mohbad bẹ̀rẹ̀ sí bì ló sá lọ toilet lọ vomit. Mohbad ò sá lọ toilet Wùmí onírọ̀ ni olórí burúkú onírọ̀ ni ẹ. Mohbad ò sá lọ toilet because tí èèyàn bá wà lórí IV o lè sá lọ toilet o lè dìde pẹ̀lú gbogbo IV kó máa sáré lọ gbogbo drip yẹn máa bàjẹ́ nìyà. So irọ́ ló pa ọmọ mi, irọ́ ló pa. Irọ́ tó pa lórí stand yẹn ni máa fi mú ẹ. Okay? Ruben said my Yoruba is too much. And you know I gotta do English too. Wait till Oriyomi enters. Irọ́ ló pa. It's the same thing with Igbo. I can speak Igbo fluently, but I can't read or write it. Iro lo pa. In other words, I'm saying that Wunmi is a liar. There's no way Mohbad ran from a bed on an IV line to go and vomit. They have to have a bucket next to him to vomit now. That's how it's done. It was too weak for all that, so she lied right there. Was she really in the kitchen cooking the Indomie? They already knew that Mohbad was dead or half dead, or they knew Mohbad was about to. They knew it was the end. So what happened was that I was on my own when 2 journalists called me, and I'm going to call their media houses out. Because let me tell you something, guys. The average media house in Nigeria, you know how they work, right? Nigerian media houses are not allowed to report things that the editors did not authorize, and they can be sued. Okay, that's not to say I can't be sued. Shebi Biomi sued me, and his case was thrown out. All right, somebody was saying, oh, Davido needs to arrest Kemi Olunloyo. Davido can't arrest me in America. They don't arrest people for defamation in America. They just sue you, and you go to court. Has he sued me? Nothing I said about Davido is not true. So all this arrest you are used to. It was a law that they put in the Nigerian police code in 2013, 10 years ago, and it needs to be removed. Defamation is civil, it's never criminal. She was cooking fried rice. She changed her story again. I thought it was Indomie. Okay, fried rice. Whatever you are cooking, you are not in that kitchen. Was Prime Boy there? I don't know, but that's what I'm hearing. So 2 journalists called me from from Punch and Guardian. If you know who's running Punch, Vanguard, Guardian, all those newspapers in Nigeria, they're young boys in their 20s and 30s. Most of them like 31, 32, young journalists. And the editors is probably one airhead 50 or 60-year-old. Most of them 45, 50. The politicians that own their media houses are determining what they're going to write. So you're not going to see TVC reporting anything about any bullion van entering Tinubu's compound in the 2019 elections. You're not going to see The Nation report that. News is biased. They do what they want, all right, and they get paid for it. Okay, Ruth, stop complaining. If you don't want to watch, don't watch. The show is in English and Yoruba, so don't come with your tribal rubbish. Please speak English, or is it for Yoruba alone? When you get to Oriyomi Hamza's page, be telling him to speak English, a Yoruba broadcaster. It's rude. Stop telling people what language to speak. Have you ever donated to my work? I haven't seen a penny from you. Ordinary 1,000 you haven't sent. And then you come here dictating what you want to hear. What kind of people are you guys? You don't support people's work. On Mohbad's bedside, somebody stabbed him in the neck. We have a WhatsApp group. I don't use WhatsApp. I don't like WhatsApp, but I have one. After they leaked my number and all that nonsense that happened in Nigeria endangered me, I stopped using that app 3 years ago, 2021, 2 years ago. But there's a group for journalists, and we discussed it. You don't think there's an autopsy and it hasn't leaked to journalists? Was Prime Boy there? He said he wasn't there. Okay, he was not there at the last minute. Okay, but what I'm saying about Prime Boy is one of the ones that are arrested. There were 4 people, critical people in the case. Okay, let me rephrase that. 4 critical people in the case. 3 of them are behind bars. The CC camera of that place was removed. It was working. It was removed by someone or turned off. So what's inside that autopsy? I wish Mohbad's father is watching this video. He probably is. Autopsy. When they got it, the information, we have the information in the autopsy. A lot of us journalists, including somebody from Radio Nigeria, was in there, and I remember the FRCN person said, wow, we have a lot to learn from you, Dr. Kemi. I gave a lot of information and insights in our autopsy discussion because I'm a medical professional. While Mohbad was dying, ẹnìkan mú nǹkan tó sharp wọ́n dẹ̀ gún lọ́rùn wọ́n pa Mohbad gbogbo ogun ayé tí ò bá pa Mohbad ṣé wọ́n ti sọ gbogbo ogun fún yín lórí press conference wọ́n láwọn dúró de toxicology test àti full autopsy gbogbo ogun tí ò bá ti pa Mohbad wọ́n ló develop anaphylaxis convulsions ìgbà tó ń gún ní ceftriaxone. In other words, when they injected him with ceftriaxone, he had a very bad reaction called an anaphylactic reaction, which could lead to shock. They did not have any vasoconstrictor to bring him alive. A vasoconstrictor is epinephrine. If they had epinephrine, he would have been alive. But the nurse was inside his home. They were not in a clinical setting. So she's not even supposed to be doing that alone. You should have a registered nurse alongside her. So that's her own mistake, practicing in a non-clinical setting, in a non-clinical capacity. Laceration, a word in the autopsy. Laceration of the neck. Knife. If I have a knife and I go like this, that's laceration. If I have a knife and I point it to choke like this, that's laceration. If I have a scissors, choke on my neck, that's laceration. If I have a blade, choke on my left, that's laceration. If I have a fork, choke on my neck, that's laceration. In other words, anything can stab your neck. It just has to be sharp. Once it's sharp, it has lacerated your body. Wọ́n gún Mohbad lọ́rùn ni o. Àmọ́ nǹkan tó fi gún lọ́rùn. Ẹ̀jẹ̀ wà ní gbogbo ara ẹ̀ àtàṣọ ẹ̀, ẹ̀jẹ̀ dẹ̀ wà lára duvet. So ẹ̀yin tẹ́ ẹ sọ pé kí lẹ̀jẹ̀ ń ṣe ní gbogbo ara ẹ̀, ẹ̀yin ará ẹ̀yin ẹbí Mohbad, okay? Ẹ̀yin ẹbí Mohbad tẹ́ sọ pé nígbà tẹ́ débẹ̀ ẹ̀jẹ̀ wà ní gbogbo aṣọ ẹ̀, ẹ̀jẹ̀ dẹ̀ wà ní ara duvet. Nǹkan tẹ́ rí lẹ rí o, because our journalist àwa ti wọ́nà láti wo autopsy tẹ́ ẹ fẹ́ káyé rí. Ẹ need káyé rí autopsy. Gbogbo ètò ń ṣẹlẹ̀ lórí kíní social media ruckus náà ń pè. RUCKUS ruckus. Ìyẹn lóyìnbó ń pè ní ariwo ti pọ̀ jù. Àwọn Ìyábọ̀ Òjó, àwọn tonto. Somebody stabbed Mohbad in the neck. I understand that his father has said something of the sort. And this is where everybody should be going towards. Daddy Freeze, very black man, everybody. I've now told you guys. I said it 2 days ago on YouTube Live, but nothing like coming to Facebook, Twitter, and everybody, because you guys have to hear it in a broader way. Because I'm Kemi Olunloyo, I don't have money. I don't have the platform. I have the platform, but I don't have the money to announce it to everybody. Because what the mainstream media can do, I can do. About a month ago, I tweeted, Wunmi killed Mohbad. I tweeted it 20 times, right? Wunmi, ìwọ ló fọ̀bẹ gún ọkọ ẹ lọ́rùn, mo dẹ̀ ń sọ fún ẹ directly to your face. Ó lè má jọbẹ o, ó lè jẹ́ scissors o, ó lè jẹ́ blade o, ó lè jẹ́ fork o, ìwọ ló gún ọkọ ẹ lọ́rùn. And I think Wunmi did it to end his misery, but it's called murder. It's called murder. You left evidence. The father said he saw a soaked duvet with blood. One of the journalists in the WhatsApp discussion told me that. Now, a woman came online wearing red Mohbad symbol, claiming that she was Mohbad's auntie. I watched her entire video twice. She did it in English and Yoruba. Now, Mama to Soroye, Iyabo Ojo came back to answer her. Iyabo, shame on you. Did you guys see what Iyabo did to that woman? Iyabo now called one woman in Ashwa, Aladura. They now had bells in their hands and they were ringing the bells, joking with Mohbad's death. Did you see Iyabo? Iyabo was twerking. tó bá ti lo aago yẹn á máa ṣe díẹ̀ báyìí justice for Mohbad justice for Mohbad ping 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 justice for Mohbad justice for Mohbad ping. Did you guys see this? You start sharing this video. Did you guys see it? Type yes or no. Yes, I saw Iyabo twerking to the hashtag justice for Mohbad. Mommy, kí ló dé tí ẹ̀yin ò ṣe jáde nígbà tí wọ́n bully Mohbad tí ìyà ń jẹ Mohbad under the Malians? Mommy, kí ló dé tẹ́yin ò jáde? Iyabo was blaming the mama, saying that why did the mama talk when Mohbad was suffering? When Iyabo, look at yourself. Ask yourself that question. You are asking Mohbad's answer, why didn't she talk? Iyabo, did you talk? When Mohbad was being bullied allegedly, I thought you said you did a movie with Mohbad. We saw you in the same movie. Did you come out? Even me, ordinary journalist. No journalist came out. I was treating Mohbad in the hospital during the fight. Your blood pressure is a little high. Naira Malik. I was calling out Naira. I did videos, I did every October 5th, 2022. Where were you, Iyabo? If you could not even do a video or anything, Iyabo, she be boyfriend ni Polo. Mo ti mọ Polo Okoye for years, man ba sọ̀rọ̀ nu DM, any conversations, she be Polo ṣe concert. Kini ìwọ ṣe nígbà tí Polo sọ pé Mohbad sọ gbogbo problems ẹ̀ fún nígbà tó gbé lọ London. Iyabo kí ló ṣe? Ó ṣe nǹkan kan, ìwọ ń blame mama ni mama. Everybody's left, right, and center attacking you. Lizzy wa me tó ń pè ṣẹpẹtẹrí. Iyabo, ó ti ba campaign yẹn jẹ́ from day one. Tó bá jẹ́ activist tó jẹ́ activist, ẹ fi Wùmí gba owó sínú foundation yín ìwà àti Tonto. Ẹ lo Wùmí láti gba owó sínú foundation yín. Ó ní kó wá ṣe DNA. Ó lóun ò lówó, òun ra marriage pẹ̀lú ọmọ òun ni. Owó tó dá fún kọ́. What about the money? She said she didn't have money for the DNA, and I'm just managing. What about the 45 to 60 million we had that was donated for Wunmi? Where's the money? Iyabo, Tonto. Where is the money? Where is the money? Wunmi, owó tó dá fún ẹ̀dá. This is the season of Dawo Dawo. Mr. Ibu, wọ́n dáwó Ìjàbẹ́, ọlọ́pàdé, wọ́n gbá wọn kan. J Boogie, wọ́n dáwó fún kidney, kò tún sí kidney problem. Àwa tá jókòó síbi tá ní kẹ́ dáwó fún wa. Let me log into my bank account. Let me see who has given me 1,000 naira. Ibi tó yẹ kẹ́ dáwó sí ẹ̀ ní dáwó sí. Ìyá àgbàlagbà 60-year-old bí èmi. Now, I want to explain to you guys. I did a whole lot of Yoruba talking over there. To my English fans, bear with me. What I basically said was Iyabo Ojo now started to troll the woman in the red Bubani wrote Mohbad's aunt, saying that where was she when Mohbad was being violated, when Mohbad was being bullied and all that. She now comes out calling her name. Everyone has called your name. I've called your name. Why did I apologize to you? Because I said, oh, I apologize because I use your children's names to illustrate if somebody were buying a coffin. I take that back, Iyabo. I told you I took it back. The apology is gone. You are nonsense. What if it was your child? Would you like somebody dancing at Ebony Funeral Home? That's what that mama said now. Welcome to Ebony, a beautiful place for the dead. The mother, that mama has said everything I said. You went there to promote yourselves, you and Tonto. Ìgbà tí mama yẹn gbé pé kan sílẹ̀, mo láti send message to Churchill. Ọlákúnlé Churchill, Dr. Ọlákúnlé Churchill. Ẹni tó fẹ́ Tonto before. Wọ́n bímọ kan, ọmọ yẹn 7 years Tonto tí jẹ́ kó rí bàbá ẹ̀. A máa parọ́ fáwọn fans ẹ̀ kókò san child support. Ó gbé credit card fún pẹ̀lú 300,000 fún monthly. Ó gé credit card dànù. A máa sọ pé ní kò ṣe lè. So at the end of the day, Adenike, please don't give wrong information. I know that information is not 4 million naira. I'm deleting that comment. I don't want any rhetoric. Me, rhetoric, glory videos me. Facts, me calling me bejade. Mati kúrò lórí video and Simone ma padà sórí Facebook for another week. Blood pressure me àti mental health me lower important jù, especially mental health me. Kò tó bá wù mí ni mo ń jẹ every day. Ma fẹ́ jẹ shrimp tó tó yìí, shrimp ńláńlá tó tó yìí ma lọ rà lọ́jà. Oúnjẹ nǹkan tó wù mí mo ń gbádùn ara mi. I don't want more money in my account. I don't want owó iṣẹ́ yàtọ̀ sí owó personal o. Mi fẹ́ kẹ́ni kan á gbówó ńlá kan fún gift àbí nǹkan. Yes, please contribute to my work. But what I'm saying, I don't want to be a billionaire. Me, need billions. You know, me need 100 million. Me need gbogbo yẹn. I'm 2 months away from retiring. I help with investigation. King Pari on a bank. So yabo, irú ẹ̀ pọ̀. Mo pe Dr. Churchill láti sọ fún ẹni yẹn pé mo ti bá wọn gbàdúrà o pé back to send out yẹn ṣe léyìí o eléyìí ò ní ṣẹlẹ̀ sọ́mọ wọn o because mama tó wọ red yẹn mama yẹn gbé àwọn ìpè kan sílẹ̀ like something about ẹ̀yin lè máa fọwọ́ ara yín sin ọmọ tí yín. She was very angry, so she was literally saying that Yabo and Tonto would bury their own children with their hands. And me knowing that Churchill's son, oldest son, was born by Tonto, I would not want that to happen. Naira Marley and Sam Larry have nothing whatsoever to do with Mohbad's death. Mohbad was drugged up. And what Naira Marley did was, as a former label owner, he contacted them and said a lot of things. He lined up the questions, and you saw the questions. Who paid them to tell Instablog it was an ear infection? Where was he coming from, and where was he going in that car? Ǹjẹ́ rántí gbàtígbà tí Mohbad lie down ní mọ́tò yẹn? Ibi báyìí ọrùn ẹ̀ ó move for 1 second. Gbàtọ́rùn ẹ̀ move wọ́n á sáré pa fídíò. Ẹ jọ̀ọ́ ta ló rántí? Ta ló rántí? Gbàtẹ́rùn ẹ̀ move wọ́n pa fídíò. Bọ́lúwà ti fẹ́ àkíní yóò pin o, but mo ti post account. Ẹ dáwọ́ fún mi. Ẹ send stars. Ẹ̀yin tẹ́ bá lè send stars. Who is this person telling them to send stars instead? Jesu fẹ́ràn mi, James Kukoyi. Please don't tell my fans to send stars instead. Oh, some people cannot send stars because of the Nigerian cards. 80% of my fans are in Nigeria. If you're in Nigeria, 1,000 minimum. If you're abroad, London people, Europe, PayPal. I've posted that. I think it's because it's so long. If you're in America, please Zelle. I need that Zelle. Why do I need Zelle? Because the rate of the naira to the dollar is very high. I'm coming to Africa for Christmas. I'll tell you what countries I'm stopping by in. If you listen to me on the NDLA show, you say, Tinumbu hire me, this is my only chance to see me. Support my work by donating. People. I'm trying to see my mop there. I'm going to do this video. I'm going to do a whatever version or a TikTok short version. Okay, so you guys remember the thing. You guys remember now that the neck moved and the guy stopped filming. Mohbad is dead, and the neck moved. Oh, sorry. Oh, stop. What's it bad now? Once Mohbad is dead, gbogbo ẹ̀yin tẹ́jọ́ kaje west gbogbo yín ẹ ti mọ̀ pé ó ti kú, wọ́n ti gun lọ́bẹ, ẹ tún fi evidence lẹ́ẹ̀lẹ́, wọ́n rẹ́jẹ̀ everywhere, ẹ lè explain. Ajíṣegírí DJ spending nìkan lè wá gbé behind bars àti nurse. Gbogbo yín lẹ ń lọ, you are all going down. Has nothing to do with Naira Marley, has nothing to do with Sam Larry. In the beginning, I was watching people say, Tani. I didn't get the Zell is posted. Tani Monshi Bank of America, Zell, my email, kemitalksmedia@yahoo.com. Just do my own work. Nigerians. So somehow you guys got the DNA thing mixed up because Yabo and so on, they are all confusing you. Even Daddy Free stuff, they confuse you. I guess after this video, Daddy Freeze and Very Dark Black Man will see the angle I'm coming from. Now, let me explain diribonucleic acid, because I studied chemistry, physics, and biology before I became a pharmacist. DNA stands for diribonucleic acid. Every one of us has DNA. Okay? Yemi agubi ade ebo ti ze omiri Ọlọ́run atoju e wa sere o. They use DNA for a lot of things. Many people in America were arrested and kept in prison for 10, 15, 20 years, and they didn't commit a crime. When DNA technology came, they exonerated many of them. Their DNA was not at the scene. Aside of the fact that early in the game, one pè mí pé wọ́n níjà kan ṣẹlẹ̀. Ìjà yẹn was over paternity ọmọ yẹn àti Canadian visa. Wọ́n lẹ́nìkan fly wọ́n mi lè dárúkọ ẹni yẹn. Wọ́n fly gbogbo wọn lọ sí Dubai. Wọ́n lọ ṣe DNA test. Wọ́n lè sọ pé Sam Larry ló lọ́mọ. Ọmọ yẹn jọ Sam Larry. Ọmọ yẹn tún jọ Mohbad, but I don't know how that's working. Sam Larry dẹ̀ post pé òun kọ́ ló lọ́mọ tòun lé àtìyàwó tòun. Mo ti parí lọ́rọ̀ tèmi bẹ́ẹ̀. Nǹkan tó ń sọ fún mi ni mo sọ, mo lè sọ fún yín. However, Stella Nigerian account is coming. However, I need you to listen very carefully. Mo fẹ́ explain bí DNA ṣe ń ṣiṣẹ́ fún yín. Nigerian accounts now. Everything I'm doing is not pinning for some reason. I don't know. Let me just see. Pin. It's not pinning. See more. Let me just see. However, let me. Sorry, I'm trying to pin these comments. I don't know why I'm always having problems with pinning stuff. I don't know. It's not pinning. But I'll keep posting it, Shem. Let me tell you about the DNA thing, guys. So, let me finish in Yoruba. My final example come. English people, let me do Yoruba first, and I'll do English. There's no automatic translation on Facebook. I don't have money for that or time. Donate more. Maybe I can have that. If you don't donate, what do you think these donations go to? You want somebody to translate to you automatically? No. There's no setup for that, please. If I had more money, I'll have somebody right beside me, sitting next to me, translating to you as I'm speaking. Start supporting. At one point, I won't be talking in English anymore because Mohbad's fans are not English. They're mostly Yorubas on the streets and they're on Facebook. Let me do it in Yoruba first. Thank you, Ibiso. See, I can even, Ibiso's comments. I can pin Ibiso's comment. I can't even pin my own. First Bank of Nigeria, minimum 1,000. Donate, people. Donate. Help us. Okay, let me do it in Yoruba first. Ẹ̀yin tí ẹ mọ̀ nǹkan tí DNA jẹ́, DNA dúró fún deoxyribonucleic acid. Ó wà ní gbogbo ara wa, gbogbo ara ní DNA. Ẹ jẹ́ kí n fún yín example. Ọmọ kan wà ní Èkó. Fashion designer ni ó lọ bí iṣẹ́ lájà. Ó bọ́ sínú bus ó lóun lọlé. So kó lọ travel lọ sógun state láti help sister ẹ̀ pẹ̀lú newborn baby. Wọn ò rí mọ́. Ó turn out pé wọ́n rí lórí highway ní ìhòhò. Ó ti kú. Bus driver ti pa. Bus driver náà wá flee lọ sógun state. DSS wá mú bus driver. Wọ́n hand over sí pàǹtí lọ hand over bus driver sí TVC. Bus driver ṣe interview pẹ̀lú TVC. Ó lóun kọ́ ló ń pa ẹnìkan ló wọ bus. Wọ́n hold òun at gunpoint. Wọ́n dẹ̀ drag ọmọ yẹn jáde. Bámiṣe Àyànwọlé lórúkọ ẹ̀. Ó ti fẹ́ pé 2 years. Wọn ò tí release autopsy Bámiṣe. Ẹ̀yin kọ́ ni mo sọ̀rọ̀ pa o. Family Bámiṣe ò tí ní autopsy Bámiṣe. Kí ló pa Bámiṣe? Ṣé wọ́n draw ẹ̀jẹ̀ lára ẹ̀ ni? Ẹ jẹ́ ká lọ síbi tí a ti rí bọ́dì ẹ̀. A rí bọ́dì Bámiṣe Àyànwọlé ní orí títì. Okay? Ní orí títì. Tẹ́ bá rántí ibi tí bọ́dì Bámiṣe wà. There were 9 pure water sachets around bọ́dì ẹ̀. Kí ló ṣẹlẹ̀ láàárọ̀ ọjọ́ tó gbé bọ́dì ẹ̀ kúrò ńbẹ̀? Lọ́mà, àwọn tó máa ń sweep títì. Lọ́mà. Wọ́n sweep gbogbo pure water yẹn lọ. Gbogbo ẹ̀dẹ̀ ti finish. Nígbà tí àwọn investigation forensically gbogbo nǹkan yẹn evidence. Tẹ́pẹ́ Amẹ́ríkà ló ti ṣẹlẹ̀ gbogbo area yẹn kò sí lọ́mà kankan tó ń bọ̀ àgbálẹ̀ kankan. Yellow tape náà máa draw wọ́n dẹ̀ máa ní kẹ́ kúrò ń bẹ̀. Ṣé ti understand nǹkan tí mo ń sọ? Báwo lẹ ṣe máa ń ṣí pure water? Ṣé máa ń lo scissors ni? Some of you are not listening. Adenike, thank you for educating them. I said I'm going to do Yoruba first before I do English. I'm getting a headache now and I want to go and rest. Sachet water, how do you open it? Do you use scissors? Or you poke it with something? Or you just put it in your mouth and bite it? 90% of everybody bites pure water to drink it. You use your teeth. The minute you bite pure water, you have left your DNA on that pure water. Do you understand how DNA works now? The minute you bite it, your DNA. Somebody was biting 9 pure waters and sachets were near Bamishe's body. Obviously, they were using it to clean up blood. Whether they took blood from her or they cut any of her body parts, somebody was washing blood away from the scene. 9 pure water sachets thrown away. Evidence damaged. So at the end of the day, people, DNA wà ní ibi. Sherry, ṣé kí wọ́n dá gbogbo pure water sachets yẹn nù ní? Tó lọ test àwọn sachets yẹn fún DNA bus driver yẹn náà máa rí. Ominiki Kron, àbí whatever his name is. DNA náà máa rí. Case Bámiṣe, wọ́n ti adjourn it 6 times. 6 times. Mi ò lo Nigerian number mọ́. So mi ò lè get touch pẹ̀lú family mọ́. 6 times. Email nìkan ni mò ń lò. Kemi Olunloyo 444@gmail.com. Damilola send me an email to update. They've adjourned this case 6 times. Ṣó ti yẹ ibi tí DNA wà. Tó bá mú DNA ẹni tó já pure water yẹn, ó máa match DNA bus driver yẹn. Ó wà bẹ́ẹ̀ tó parọ́ tó ló ń kọ́ ló ń ṣe kíní kan. For the people in English, what I just said was that there was a case in Lagos where a young girl was killed by a bus driver in a BRT bus. Bámiṣe Àyànwọlé. It's 2 years, her autopsy is not out yet. And I'm not talking about to you guys, the public, to her family. Her family has not been given the autopsy in 2 years. A very high-profile case where Bámiṣe took the bus to work, coming back to go home. She was never seen again. Her body was seen on a bridge, naked, okay? And 7 to 9 pure water sachets around her body and a bottle of Coke with some kind of liquid. I don't know what it was. When they took her body away, Lama, the people that cleaned the roads, just basically cleaned everything away. Those sachets of pure water were forensic evidence that the Nigerian police missed. If they tested it, the DNA from the saliva of whoever opened those sachets and they will, to clean the blood, they will notice that the DNA of whoever opened that sachet will match the DNA of that bus driver who's still lying inside the prison. That's what I'm saying. So when we go back to Mohbad, the DNA of who stabbed Mohbad is at the scene. That's why, Wumi, you must give us a DNA sample. Wumi, you must give us a DNA sample. If you are the one that stabbed Mohbad in the neck, we need a DNA sample. Because a DNA sample of Mohbad's hair, neck, skin is with the pathologist. And we need to use yours to match it. That's where you heard, this is investigative journalism, that's where you heard, okay? She got rid of the blanket. That's where you heard from the father when the father was speaking to Oriyomi Hamzat yesterday. Do you remember what the father said? The guy with the punch-swollen eye in the car? Everybody needs to submit their DNA. This is investigative journalism, not Yabojo, not Tonto. Not everything you've been hearing. I'm not putting Daddy Freeze down. Daddy Freeze does a lot of good analysis. And I'm not putting the black man, very dark black man, down. They do pretty good jobs as analysts. The blanket with the blood has DNA. The clothes with the blood has DNA. But we don't respect DNA in Nigeria, and we need to start respecting DNA. So if you heard what Oriyomi Hamzat was asking Mr. Aloba, what did Mr. Aloba say? Mo fẹ́ kó gba DNA lọ́nà méjì. Did you hear him when he said lọ́nà méjì? For the English people, Mr. Aloba said, I want the DNA done in 2 areas. Did you hear him? Go back to the video. He said it. I want the DNA done in 2 areas. He said it. Not only but he didn't tell you the other area. He said, not only because I might be carrying a bastard as my grandchild, but he didn't tell you the other reason. I'm telling you now. I don't know who Derusha is. I just know it's somebody that they give money to give to the father for the burial. Tessie, thank you. Yes, he said it. I want the DNA done in 2 areas. Area number 1, is this child related to me? Because when I collect all Mohbad, you don't know Mohbad's father's relationship with Naira Marley. None of you know. Mohbad had made up with Naira Marley at the end. Shebi Mohbad's father was there begging for Mohbad at Naira Marley's house. You don't know their relationship. By the time this man gets a big check of Mohbad's, royalties from all the streaming when he died, by the time that big check comes to Mr. Aloba, Wumi is going to come for her own piece for the child. So Mr. Aloba is going to want to know whose child that is. He said Omali. Omali means bastard. I didn't care. This is what I'm doing this for. This is the light I need to shed. I'm supposed to come back online on December 2nd, but I decided to come back a little early because a lot of you are getting confused over this case. This is the number 1 reason why we need DNA. Now let me talk about the toxicology report. First of all, Nigerian police, hell, shame on you. Big shame on you. I don't want to hear a lot of hearsay. Yaba may have told Wumi to destroy the CC camera. But DNA is bigger than all of them. Now that you guys know, all right, don't ask me where I saw the DNA report for if you're just entering this show. We're journalists. Things leak to us all the time. We had a whole meeting about this. 17 journalists in a WhatsApp group. And after that, I went live on YouTube. You can go to my YouTube and watch the video. To save your hassle is the last 30 minutes of the video because I did other topics. The bloody clothes, the bloody duvet. Wumi says she has no money. Everybody's doing DNA. Now, once you ridicule Gugwe, very that black man named Abolabu Jama fly Gugwe, she DNA, MB. Everybody's now offering to do it, DNA. Even Honorable Falegu is asking them to come and do DNA. Wumi is not going to answer them because she knows the DNA they are looking for is the one of her that showed up on Mohbad's body when they stabbed him. You want to pa Mohbad ni ori e o pe ìwọ ló pa Mohbad lọ gbé DNA jáde kon match e. Gabriel, do you want me to ban you on my page or remove you? I don't want to hear any where is this confirmation. Did Kemi confirm? They don't ask me did Kemi confirm it. Okay, we're doing unconventional journalism here. We're not doing Nigeria journalism. Because that's what it is to you. Don't ask me where I confirmed anything. No one is going to see the autopsy report because it's not going to be released. As an independent journalist, I have the power to release anything I want. Nobody can come for me or come to me. The people I had the meeting with, they are working for mainstream papers. They're not going to see anything. What they're going to do is they're going to continue publishing the rubbish Yabo is posting because that's their own credible news. Abiolumide Abiola says everything you have said in the past was repeated yesterday by Mohbad's father at Oriyomi Hamzat Live. Cause of death was stabbed in the neck, possibly to end his misery. Mohbad was stabbed in the... Let me timestamp this. My name is Kemi Olunloyo, Dr. Kemi. I am a pharmacist, retail clinical in the United States. I am a journalist, music news, health news, investigative journalism, opinion journalism, entertainment, gossip. Those are my beats. Public relations management, PR. Those are my 3 degrees. Today, Saturday, 25th of November 2000. Facebook, and I just said it. Mohbad's autopsy was leaked to some journalists. I was briefed. There's a laceration on his neck. Somebody stabbed him on the neck, possibly to end his misery from all the drug interactions. Because they ended his life, it's called murder. The police are aware of it. And there is a woman who has not been arrested, which is his wife. The police has botched the case, and they didn't have to tell anybody. They sent Mohbad's toxicology test to the United States. That's not true. Nothing was sent to the United States. It's a lie. Even the judge in the inquest questioned the fact that we don't have labs over here to do toxicology tests. Nonsense. I, Dr. Kemi Olunloyo, volunteered 18 months to teach Nigerians about drug abuse prevention. During that time, we had a lot of people who ran to me for help. I helped place people in rehabilitation centers all across Nigeria. One of the first things we do in rehab centers is toxicology tests. We want to know what you're coming in for, what drugs are in your system. We will take your blood, your urine, and possibly some of your body fluids. And we'll test them to know what drugs we're treating. There are toxicology tests in every hospital, every lab, every clinic. They can do it. It takes 4 to 6 weeks because they have to analyze the blood, the body fluids, drugs, anything inside the body fluid. The body fluids are a lot. The pancreas, the bile, the stomach acids, everything has to be analyzed. Okay, there's no kind of thing as women supporting women. It's a fake thing. There's no such thing, please. Let's, don't support any damn women, okay? We're about the truth here. I don't want any stupid Yabo Joe lines, queen mother, all that rubbish. Listen to me carefully. If you didn't screen record that, I'll leave the video on overnight. When you have a balloon, it's blown. What happens when you put a pin inside? A pin, pow, it deflates, it bursts. When Mohbad's neck was stabbed, the woman in the red, I think she's, please, can anybody remind me if that woman in red, that mama that Yaba was abusing, that was ringing the bell, did she say that Mohbad was stabbed in the neck? I'm not sure. I think she did. Can somebody remind me? When they deflated Mohbad's neck, they stabbed him in the neck, the autopsy actually mentioned the carotid artery. I can't give you everything in that autopsy. The carotid artery. Now, everybody Google carotid. The carotid artery was hit. So when they stabbed Mohbad, his neck bent. Your neck bent because you were either stabbed in the neck or you were strangled. It's very easy to damage the carotid artery. A lot of serial killers in America, Canada, around the world, they usually strangle their victims because they can actually manipulate the carotid artery. Okay? The jugular vein is there too, but the carotid artery, in the autopsy, the carotid artery was messed up. So they poked him with something in his neck. Nkosi Yafshima Jane and Inchepa Mohbad. Nikpe, Ibatetwa Pato, a wearing go to Shelley. A one video, it is in video, on to alone me, ni by Clooney right there. Carotid. I need to. The carotid artery. Now, after they stabbed him in the neck, the process of rigor mortis, I'm trying to find out the day they exhumed him. Rigor mortis is like one of the stages of body decomposition, because you know that when we die, everything you're looking at becomes liquid and we're all gone. All we have left is the bones. The skeletal system is still there. The process of rigor mortis, this is why I like Google. We're going to be doing classes now. Can you read this? If you can't read it, type it in. Carotid arteries. Okay? Yemi, thank you for continuing that. Rigor mortis sets in at 4 hours after the death. The carotid arteries are major blood vessels that provide your brain blood supply. You have 2 carotid arteries, one on either side of your neck. Carotid artery disease causes up to 1/3 of all strokes. A stroke occurs when something blocks blood flow to your brain, causing brain injury. Let me tell you something, guys. I have something that happens on my neck here. It's always on this side. When it starts happening, go to the doctor. I went. The carotid artery supplies blood from your neck to the brain. I have this headache that just starts from my brain and it radiates into my jaws. On the day it started, the first person I called was my dentist because it was going into my jaws, and I don't have any bad tooth or any tooth. Everything on this side is root canal. I spent money on this side of my tooth. So my dentist now told me that, Mommy Mayawa, Eka Sombeyo, thank you for the stars. Everybody, thank you for the stars. So many people are sending me stars. Premium award. The carotid artery. So I called my dentist first to see if it's any kind of TMJ thing, temporomandibular jaw. Only kilolo Panadol Michi. I used 2 Tylenols, acetaminophen, paracetamol, same thing. So the pain subsided. It felt like some liquid was going. I could feel it, like some liquid was going from my blood into my jaw. That's blood, though. So they punctured his carotid artery, so his neck bent inside the coffin. It's a shame because you're not going to see all this stuff. The father doesn't want anything public anymore. He might show the autopsy to Mr. Hamzat or Yomi, but he doesn't want anything public. We journalists have seen it, we've discussed it, and I did a YouTube live 3 days ago. So now what I'm doing now is the Facebook version. So it's enough to know that he was killed. Why was he killed? That's the police job. Police to mess up kids. Governor Sanwo-Olu, you gave us a forensic team that was good. And I explained to my followers, who is going to do forensic, who's going to do homicide, who's going to do this. And no, lórí investigation yìí. Ẹ wá gbé toxicology test lọ sí America. Irọ́ ni ẹ gbé kọ́kọ́ lọ sí America. I don't want to believe that. We have toxicology labs in Lagos. It takes 4 to 6 weeks. This is week number 10. Number 9 has finished. Week number 10. Lizzie, please, don't distract my life. I'm discussing an autopsy. You are coming up with the jugular veins. Nothing is wrong with the jugular veins. I'm not interested. I'm interested in where they punctured. Whatever they stabbed Mohbad with, they punctured his carotid artery and his neck bent like this in the coffin. There was blood coming in the coffin. Come on, not panic now. Ejeka focus. Me watch your biology. 16 ni ma pe mo ti ṣe gbogbo kini all my life. Ẹ ṣàánú mi. Fadila Yetunde, thank you. Gladys, thank you. Doesn't matter if Nigeria doesn't appreciate my type. What matters to me is that I've done my work. And there was blood in the coffin. That boy was past the stage of rigor mortis. Nigerians, until they see something, this is the nonsense that David Hunter started. We don't have to prove anything to anybody in journalism. We just have to protect the source and tell you. How can I tell you the name of the person that gave us the autopsy report? If somebody has an autopsy report, it only takes a few minutes for it to get on the internet because we pass through somebody's WhatsApp. The picture and the video of the twins of Davido was sent by WhatsApp. The person that did that video was DJ Adeleke, Davido's father. He was videotaping and he was talking in behind. So he sent it to one of their family friends. Okay? He also sent it to members of their family. Okay, this video went to Ngozi. Ngozi sent it to Demola. You know, Ngozi, when I'm calling people by their first name, these people are my mates, the people I grew up with. I don't call anybody title. And they call me Kemi as well. Dele Momodu doesn't call me Dr. Kemi. Dele Momodu calls me Kemi. So these are people I know. Sure, you understand? Like when Deji was sending this thing to Ngozi, Ngozi sent it to Demola. When the videos came out that they're coming out of the hospital, Ngozi Adeleke is the First Lady of Osun State. The Igbo lady, First Lady of Osun State. Demola Adeleke's husband. Okay, Demola here. Before this thing moves from the First Lady's WhatsApp to the governor's WhatsApp, somehow Sam Clef got it. Somehow Kemi Olunloyo got it. Somehow we posted it. In everybody that posted it, she Sam Clef like in the video mabu. She only call it mabu. Boyo said Messi. Or then come and post it. But I don't think video yet to go through other channels now. It's the same thing with the autopsy. So autopsy because Anthony. It's like, look. That's why I did 419 massacre. Because I saw what the NTA camera was filming. When they started shooting and the army started shooting, the guy with the NTA camera dropped the camera and left. He was lying there like a lizard so that bullets don't kill him. But the thing was recording, and we saw DJ switch. She was picking bullets that was coming out of the army's gun, and she was acting as if they're bullets that came out of that man that they were treating. There's a lot of fraud that you don't know and you don't see. So when that video of the NTA thing came out, they gave it to Lai Mohammed. Remember what Lai Mohammed said? We will disgrace DJ Switch at the right time. So when you really look at it, it was one of those videos that she went to open a fake Facebook page. She put it there and she called journalists. Look. No downloading, nothing. You just look at it. I'm like, look at video rolling. The camera was videotaping somebody who lied to the world. That 40 people died, this one died. That's why people, you know, who is this person? Juliam's gist page. I'm not interested in all these gist pages. You guys don't give the right news. You are now contradicting what his stepmother said, that his neck was bent because it was being anointed with oil. When did she say that? I don't know what the stepmother said. I don't want to know. I'm giving you an autopsy. Don't make me block you off my page. I don't like gist pages. This is not a gist story. Julian, you are stupid. This is not a gist story. This is a criminal case. Respect my work. Don't let me see my videos on your page. Oh. He was already dead inside that car. And they said it with their own mouth. It was when his neck was now moving that they stopped videotaping. Stepmother, of course, stepmother. I've been in clinical pharmacy for 35 years. And I will never ever forget my last class of pharmacy school, the autopsy. Don't know what it is to sit through autopsies. I had to sit through 2 different autopsies. Or you didn't know that the family was there when you were doing the autopsy. The Oromonis were there when you were doing Sylvester's autopsy. Mr. What's his name? Aloba and his family. They were there when they were doing the autopsy. I don't know if Mumi was there. The family was there. You need to learn stuff. At least you heard what he said to Oriyomi. I'm going to end the video. He told Oriyomi that he wants the DNA done on two levels. And those 2 levels will be to make sure he's not carrying a bastard. Because Mohbad tried to kill Liam. If you have not heard that one, Mohbad tried to kill the boy and drown him in a river. His paternity has been questionable. And also for the fact that they need her DNA to match her at the crime scene. Stepmother, which stepmother? Anointing, co-anointing. The stepmother was never near the body of Mohbad. The father said they hurried to bury him because of 2 reasons. I've told you the number 1 reason. Nobody can keep a dead body in the house, right? You need a police report. Police is saying that they didn't call us. It's a lie. Wumi's mother influenced that GPO. Wumi's mother. Teba wo video e ile lo influence DPO. Come out from police report. Come ale lo tete si. Ono se fe sin la le ton je kon sin la le ton lo sin laaro. And ile lo influence. They did not want that boy in the mortuary. They wanted to hide every medical and prescription drug escapade they did to Mohbad. If they did not exhume Mohbad, we would not know they've given Mohbad 12 medications. We will not know now. It would have gone with the grave. If they didn't exhume him and you know, and it comes up anointing head, anointing call, stepmother should go. Oh, but a mother of a child must not see the dead body of their child. How did the stepmother see it? Well, what time was that anointing? Mama sorrow she. It's a sorrow. The gist. It's not a gist story. It's a criminal story. It's a criminal case. So don't come here and do Liams and be talking rubbish, I beg. Melvin said it best. Melvin St. Jude. Darkness will always succumb to light. Wunmi, your cup is too full. I hope Wunmi will be arrested because I've already accused her of murder and I know that she did it. They killed him to cover up many secrets. Ghanaians, are you just new in the show? They killed him to cover up all the prescription drugs they gave him and everything now. But they didn't know he would be exhumed. What were they doing at the graveyard? Were they not fighting over money? Over property? Wunmi, you have to give a DNA sample. You have to make sure your DNA is not the one on that canoe. Nigerian police, shame on you. Guys, Nigerian police has definitely botched the case. I don't know what to tell you on that, you know. I want to say something, guys. If you are, let me thank my donors. While I was on this live, I won't say the names, the full names. 50. I'm a journalist in this case. So it's not a matter that I shouldn't insult you. The stepmother was. I don't want to hear from the fucking stepmother. She's a liar. All of them are liars. Okay? All in the neck. Èyàn sọ̀kọ̀ fún yín pé wọ́n fi oil sórí neck last week, the week before gbogbo Kemi Olunloyo sọ fún ilé ní 25th. Ipò òun ti rí autopsy, òun ti discuss it with other journalists. Cause of death, Mohbad. Mohbad has 7 different causes of death. 7 interactions here, interactions there. But they lacerated his neck. Wọ́n gún lọ́bẹ, wọ́n gún ní nǹkan kan mímọ́ bóyá ọ̀bẹ ni ó lè jẹ́ sharp objects, ó lè jẹ́ scissors, ó lè jẹ́ blade, but wọ́n gún lọ́rùn. We discuss it with American journalists méjì. Ìkan ní Canada, ìkan ní America. Wọ́n ní probably mercy killing. But ẹ ti bára ẹ̀ jẹ́ tẹ́tí fún gbogbo drug ayé sínú system ẹ wá gbé toxicology test tó máa ṣe gbogbo drugs ẹ gbé yẹn lọ sí America. Kò sẹ́ni tó believe you o. Tonto Dike, God will punish you, Tonto. Finally, somebody sponsoring Wunmi in this case, and that person is a big person, and that person is in Abuja. Tonto Dike is a member of the APC. She joined, and Tonto Dike brought the politician, Senator Elisha Abu, to Mohbad's wife and Mohbad's mother for condolence visits. Clearly, I'm not saying Senator Abu is the sponsor, but there's some big names in these cases that hurriedly took that toxicology sample abroad. There was no reason to do that. I don't believe they did it. They're trying to use the toxicology test to cover up the stab wound, and it's not going to work. I will not let it work. The toxicology test could be done anywhere in Nigeria. Even the judge said it. Okay? If you've already messed somebody's life up, okay, there was a woman that was raped by 7 men in India. She was so badly messed up before she died. If she didn't die, one of those men could just stab her and just let her misery end. It now becomes murder. That's what I want you guys to know. Murder is murder. Lola Jiboye, you're using a fake account. I usually don't answer fake account. You're stupid. I thought you said Snake was walking around Mohbad. That was why it was buried in a hurry. That's not what I said. And I've already clarified that. What I said was, a family member told me, you see how family members will come to journalists because they can get their stories out there faster, or they can use you to get their agenda out. A family member told me something was moving inside his body that looked like a snake, and they did not know what it was. Did I not come back and say that he had intestinal movements, the curly things that look like snakes inside us? Did I not come to say something about that? If you missed that, then go and watch it and stop being in a fake account. Okay, I'm tired of all of you. Yabo Joe fans, I'm tired of all of you. Okay, I will not say it again. Yabo will post today, Punch will post it. They won't post what I'm doing here. Have you noticed that the mainstream media will never post what I'm doing here? They won't even say, Mohbad, Kemi Olunloyo says she's seen the autopsy, Mohbad was stabbed. They will not even post that. Because they have not heard from the autopsy people, who they will not hear from. Or they have not heard from the father, who they will not hear from. When the father was saying they killed his child, she won't post it. The woman in the red, when she said they stabbed her, I just saw the video and she did mention that they stabbed Mohbad. She and one newspaper posted, won't post it. Tí Ìyábọ̀ Òjó bá sọ pé wọ́n pa Mohbad, yẹn gbà yẹn lè máa ní tó máa post it. Imagine Ìyábọ̀ Òjó talking to herself inside Gist Lover, dragging herself inside Gist Lover. That's what they post now. They don't like the truth. They will not post what I'm saying. And just like very dark black man said at the very beginning of the case, if you feel that Kemi Olunloyo has defamed, come and sue me, okay? Enter here to a US court and come and sue me. Okay? And when I come to Africa, Nigeria and a few other countries, I don't know if I'm going to stop by Nigeria, depends. Come and sue me. Just come and sue me if you think I'm lying. I'm not a medical doctor, Adenichi. You are the best doctor. My own is just a degree. I'm not a medical doctor. I'm a clinical pharmacist. Always remember that. So I'm done with the video. Wumi needs to submit a DNA sample so they can match it with the crime scene. You don't know what they took away from the crime scene. You don't know whether they even have a piece of sharp object. That sharp object that they used, the person holding the sharp object, the DNA is on it. You don't know if they have that. Ejo, keep buying by DNA. Although on 2 levels, low to fetch DNA. We are Muboma. Let's see the other reason too. So, Uriyomi Amzad will be following the case. I'm taking care of my mental health and I'm taking care of my mental health and my leg is healed though. Finally, I ate a lot of fruits and vitamin B complex, but I'm taking care of myself. I want KFC right now. Bolali, thank you for the Zell. I'm taking care of myself right now. And hey, when I called you all out in America, $50 wallet. Hey, Eshe gone you. Look at all the Americans sending me money. Adichat, thank you. Olurunke, thank you. I know, thank you. Thank you so much. I really appreciate all of you. Please, if you share my video, also ask your friends to Zelle me. I appreciate it. All this money is coming very, very handy. So, I hope you guys understood. Let me do the end of the show as the notes, because a lot of you were asking me what you want me. I said, what do you guys want me to talk about? Bolale, your adjectives, thank you. Shigon, Nimutupe. A lot of you had a list, so I made a list. Yabo twerking, ringing bells. She's ridiculed the case. So, Oriyomi Amzad, I'm going to do this as part of my. There's no time and money, but this is why these donations matter to me. 1,000 naira for those of you at home. I see people say, hey, I wish I could help you. I don't have money. 1,000 who needs help. See the American journalist getting $1. $1 added up. So let me just give you the rest of the news for the day. Based on what you guys said you want me to talk about. Thank you, everybody. Luchi, Ayomide, thank you. The Dublin riots, I don't know what caused it. I'm going to research what happened there. But you guys said there was a riot in Dublin. They burnt the whole downtown. In America, we're hearing a lot of people, a lot of young, I don't know, Generation Z, 18 to 25 years old. They're just entering stores and taking what they want. I have to do the Black Friday thing. Black Friday used to be, we open the door, everybody just running. I wonder if they did that yesterday, just running and steal everything in sight. You know, but it's become a big thing. In the UK, they're stealing out of the stores, they're stealing bikes. Everybody's stealing out there to survive. It's getting really bad in the world. Are we doing this in Africa? No, we're not. But the foreign countries that you guys went to go to. Queen Dami of Oyo State, Alafi of Oyo is dead. But Dami is sitting there saying, oh, call me Portable. I told Portable to stay away from Queen Dami. He didn't hear me. I'll tell you more about that. Abike Dabiri went to Canada to see Nigerians who were in asylum. I filed asylum when I went to Canada. I had a good asylum case, but there was a lot of stuff I got into. Let me say this to all of you. If you're filing for asylum, you're running away from your country because of danger, hardships. There's a difference between asylum and migration. Migrants just leave their country and they're going somewhere else. Migrants leave Libya on a boat and they're going to Europe. They want to land in Italy. Some of these boats turn over, people die. Migrants leave South America, they're walking towards America. So, I need to let you guys know, this is very, very important. If you're in Canada and you're filing for asylum, you're running away from the danger of Nigeria. If you're running away from Nigeria, you should not be meeting with Nigerian government officials. You see all those people that sat around Abike Dabiri? Adenike, I got your $50. God bless you. Thank you. Thank you. Yemi Agubi Adeoshio. Second time he's gonna sell me. You know, thank you guys. 4 people now sold me $50, $200. You see? You know what $200 is? That's 200,000 naira or more. Thank you. Anyone that sat with Abike Dabiri, please, I need you guys to comment on this issue. Because I've been a refugee before. If you are running away from Nigeria, if you were in that, there was one Nigerian that sells bread and gave all of them bread and all that. The shelters where they put you is like a hostel. When we went to Canada, today there are no shelters. I'm seeing people sleeping in tents in Mississauga. I'm seeing people suffering in Canada. I'm seeing people say don't come to Canada. I'm seeing some says we're leaving Canada. Other country, Ukrainians are leaving Canada. Some Afghans are leaving Canada. I want you to see papers, I want to see passports, I want to see Lumi. So, you Nigerians, everyone in that video that sat with Abike Dabiri, you need to be very careful. Ayomide Nigerian account is pinned. Thank you in advance. You need to be careful when you file your asylum papers or when you go for your interview, because the Canadian Refugee Board has seen you talking to Abike Dabiri and they're not considering you as asylum seekers. You are not going to have a strong asylum case by talking to your oppressor. You see what I'm saying? They will now say you only came to Canada for a better life, which is migrant. Please, if you are filing asylum, don't go and meet with Nigerian officials in any country. I'm telling you that now. Can't eat your cake and have it. Ola Dips. That one said something happened to him. You see the reason why I always like poke my nose and start investigating? When he was gasping, what did I say? I said, look like this boy was poisoned though. Now, look at what he's saying now. When the whole thing backfired and people were not streaming his music anymore, he said something in fact happened to him. He will talk when it's the right time. Nobody's waiting for that. Okay? Everybody's waiting for what they're going to eat and drink next. Like me now, I say I want KFC. I'm going to all this money that you're sending me, Munlora KFC in Bitimoa. Ngoton me Jenny, with my bad one, hear me. People, Mr. Ibu's family is in jail. The wife called the police for the other one. They said they moved 300 million. That's your money, 300 million. The wife that wanted iPhone. They can't win the asylum case. Kayode spoiling Nigerian's name. Which name does Nigeria has? Everybody has a reason they left. I left Nigeria because my safety was not guaranteed anymore. People that I was writing news were threatening me. They were posting my personal information online, my phone number, my address and everything. People coming to my gates and all. I had to leave that country fast. If I file asylum somewhere else, I'll probably get it. But I'm not. I went right back to where, you know, fact comes from you, I believe. Okay, thank you. Thank you, Alex. You have to have a credible whatever. J Boogie, they said he too scammed you guys, that he didn't have any kidney shutdown. Am I right now? Am I right? Am I what I need to support one. Davido, Israel, Sheila, Veronica. We do write-ups on these. Davido, Israel, Sheila, and Veronica. Why did I have Veronica here? Oh. Veronica is from Edo State. Veronica Adeleke, David's mother, late mother. Davido unfollowed Sheila. Doesn't matter. Davido said that there's certain things you can't say on social media. Oti, grow up. Davido has grown up. He's more mature with that. And I don't think Israel and Sheila need to come out on social media and blast everything out. They'll regret it now. Okay, the girl said she was a virgin. Israel said, I married you because of popularity. Either way you see it. I'm Kemi Olunloyo. I'm 59 years old, going on 60. I celebrated my 60th birthday this year. I always do that with 0 birthdays, I tell you. So at the end of the day, Gabriel, so Mohbad's father saw the stab wound on Mohbad when I don't know what he saw. I'm looking at an autopsy. Kemi Olunloyo is looking at an autopsy results. Maybe that's what he too is looking at. But he's the only one that can bury Mohbad. Iyabo joked, rang the bell, twerked, and said, if you want, you can go to Ebony and collect the casket. They really proved the man right. They were very tacky and very disrespectful. Very. So, let me continue. Davido has grown up to the point that he's actually telling Israel and Sheila to stop. And they should. It's too much information going out on social media. They need to remember. I mean, these guys have not even had a baby. They haven't had a child. I mean, they had a child. I don't think they just got married now. They got married that week that's that same October. But at the end of the day, they don't have kids. Separate amicably, move on. Nkechi blessing. I wrote down everything you guys want. The battle of the blessings. Blessing CEO and blessing Nkechi. That one is just for followers and team this, team that. Everything Blessing CEO said about Edo girls is correct. For years, Edo girls have been doing prostitution in Italy. Many of them trafficked. I think one of them came on Arise News last week and spoke about everything. And I saw people apologizing that Blessing were sorry, you were right. It's not about Blessing. You like people that tell you the lies. We are for the truth. What Blessing said about IVD's wife, Bimbo, is the same thing I said. Maybe they invited me, I didn't go. If they invited me and I went, they would have arrested me too now. I'm not going. Police knows me now. When any people invite me, see or on money, I didn't go to the inquest. I'm an independent journalist. You can't come here and I'll be threatening me with your stupid law. That's another reason I left Nigeria. Let me do my work, I beg. Just like Bobrisky said, if you know you are gay and you are lesbian, leave Nigeria. Don't be doing gay and lesbian here and then they will arrest you. You have a law. Leave the law alone. Finally, Abule Ado. Guys, I think it was the 14th of March, 2020. I was living in Ikeja. You guys remember me. I was doing the Kozak case. There was an explosion that morning. And everybody heard it from Ikeja. The whole building shook. The whole area shook. There was a gas pipeline explosion in Abule Ado near Festac. People died. The death toll would have been much higher, but a lot of people had gone to church. Mostly Igbos in that area. Huge mansions razed to the ground. And till today, no one can convince me, that's my personal opinion, that it was a terrorist attack. Because of those two Aboki boys, okay? If you remember the gas plant that was next to that area, those two Aboki boys, one was filming and the other one was inside that gas plant when they had not even opening some things. So if he was opening gas and the other one was filming, they created that explosion on purpose. That entire area has underground gas pipelines, which belongs to the Nigerian government. And of course, that gas place that was there. All right. So if you just think that Sanwo-Olu is just trying to get rid of Igbos, please stop this nonsense. Kill the rhetoric, open your eyes, think outside the box. Nobody is trying to chase Igbos away. All the Igbos that went to build houses on pipelines in Abule Ado need to be talking to the people that sold them the land, okay, to go and build on top of pipelines. Sanwo-Olu is raising down houses built on drainage channels. Have you been to Lekki? Have you been to Ajah? It's not even in Ajah, it's Lekki that you have to come and see. All that area, Fola Osibo, you see gutter. When it rains, the gutter will just be sitting there with green stuff, everything, nothing moving, no drainage. Hopefully some of you saw what happened in Dubai last week when the rain came. Dubai was not built for drainage either. The whole of Dubai was flooded. Climate change. It's raining in Dubai, a place that's supposed to be desert. Cars were underwater. Maybe you saw Dubai. So until you come back and say, something reasonable, all right, you see what Reno Omokri wrote. My 2 weeks, I was 1 week off Facebook, 1 week off Instagram, and I was almost a month off TikTok and Twitter X. So I want to tell you guys, please, it's not about your tribe. Many houses have been built in the wrong places. My uncle's house was demolished, late 80s. It is heartbreaking. My uncle died on the steering wheel in Obalende. He went to buy suya, and they just saw him slump. The thoughts and anxiety about the house. Stop worrying, please. All these things are not assets anymore. Houses and land used to be assets. Live for today, not tomorrow. Why eat something you like? What do you like? Cook it. Enjoy your life, eh? I love you. I'll do right subs.
tó ẹ kú àtàárọ̀ o ẹ dẹ̀ kú bí ètò ọ̀hún bó ṣe lọ ó dẹ̀ dá mi lójú pé ẹ ti rí ọ̀kan àbí méjì ń tẹ́ ẹ fẹ́ gbọ́ àbí tẹ́ ẹ fẹ́ rí ẹ ti rí gbogbo ẹ̀ nínú ètò tòní. tó ó kù tọjọ́ mi àmọ́ kí n tó lẹ́jẹ̀ máa rán yín létí pé ètò tẹ́ ń wò ẹ máa bá mi like ẹ máa share o kẹ́ ẹ dẹ̀ máa bá mi wá more subscription nítorí pé Wo TV ń gòkè àgbà ìrànlọ́wọ́ yín ni àti ìrànlọ́wọ́ Ọlọ́run Ọba títí wá dìgbà míì táwùjọ máa fojú níjú lórí ìkànnì pẹ̀lú àkọ́tún ètò míì tó tún gbọ́gbọ́ àdìgbòlódò dọ́ra wọn ni mò ń jẹ́ o ẹ ti mọ̀ mí lánàá kó tó dé ní ẹ má jẹ́ n porí kíkun àmọ́ títí dìgbà míì ńkọ́ ẹ kú àtàárọ̀ ẹ kú iṣẹ́ ìní ṣé kò rẹra jù kédùmarè ojú wa rè o.
Disclaimer. The information provided by the speaker or presenter on the World TV platform during this broadcast is for general informational purposes only. All information in this broadcast is provided in good faith. However, we make no representation or warranty of any kind, expressed or implied, regarding the accuracy, adequacy, validity, reliability, availability, or completeness of the information. The broadcaster of the channel may not and cannot be held accountable for the views, opinions, and comments made by callers during this broadcast. World TV is a contemporary Nigerian news and entertainment TV program born from the need to fuse the popular indigenous Yoruba culture into the growing entertainment industry of Nigeria and the rest of the world.